true or red shirt.
Yeah, there we
On your
go.
depth chart.
Now I won't sleep tonight. Thanks.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
for reminding me.
It's
about
your
that.
depth chart.
You know, I felt good about that for a while.
It's your depth chart. So.
You know.
But you were young last year. You obviously feel pretty good. And Austin Burke, somebody you mentioned, is not on here.
Right.
Will he play? I mean,
Yeah, there's and like I said about that D line, you know, the captain probably ran out of space or something.
Or
but,
worse, yeah.
You know, whatever. Yeah, worse or space. But there'll be guys on here that'll play. You know, whether it's 4 plays, whether it's 10 plays. You know, I'm getting at. You look at the participation chart. I think will probably, you know, bear itself out. There might be some young receivers as well. You know, Xavier Williams, you know, has shown that he might be ready for prime time. You know, and I guess where you're really going to see it, guys, on special teams, because we needed increased speed there, as you are well aware, watching this last year. And I think some of those young guys give us that.
Does it say a lot about your recruiting to you, and does it make you feel good about those you targeted? More hits and misses, obviously.
Well, I mean, you can look at that 2 ways. So, yeah, you know, I'm proud. We finally had the 1.5 year process, and that's what recruiting is. I mean, right now, you know, we're on 2015 guys in this state right now. Obviously, the 2014 guys as we move forward, and then obviously as we go. So, but part of that is your recruiting calendar. It's a 1.5 year process that continually kicks every month. And, you know, our recruiting, which, guys, you know, is centered here in the state of Colorado. And anybody can say whatever. We do go to every single high school in the state of Colorado. Okay? We do that in the spring. We do everything we can to let those guys know that Colorado State is more than just an option. It's something special.
One of the guys, freshman that pops up on here, you got Tyree as a kick returner. Does that mean he's going to have enough of a role in other ways that you're comfortable?
Yeah, and he'll be on some other special teams.
Because of the fact that you're not going to redshirt him, obviously.
Yeah, and he'll be on, he's one of those guys that'll be on some other special, as well as 82, he'll be on some special teams.
Will Tyree figure into some defense as well, though?
You know, depending on the package, I think, you know, he is in there in some dime things, for sure. And, you know, how much they're going to be in, you know, what we need to be in the dime personnel, I can't tell you. I don't know their roster.
Jim, how comforting is it to establish safeties? Kids maybe 4-year starters before it ends, you know, and what do they do well?
I tell you what they do well right now is they get everybody lined up, and they're physical. They're not afraid to come up and you know, get involved and get their nose dirty in the run. That's what I do really like about them, and have shown the ability to cover, you know, some inside guys when you do have to in blitz. Now, I don't want to leave them out there on an island every day. I just don't believe in that. Yet at the same time, they've really taken to, you know, some of the one-on-one things that we do during practice and some of the breakdown in competition drills. I've been really impressed with. You know, a young guy there too, guys. I mean, when we're talking about young guys, there's a kid out of Nebraska who might play too. You know, I mean, he's going to be on some special teams.
How many of those true freshmen you think will
That
actually
is
play?
number 8?
Yeah.
He'll be on.
How many of those true freshmen do you think will actually play for you this year?
You know,
You had said maybe a 9 to 11
Yeah.
number going into the year. Is it still kind of in that range, you think?
you know,
Now that you've had them
you know,
3
here's
weeks
what's
to see
and
'em?
that's a great question, Kelly, and I should be probably on top of that more, but once they're here, I don't really care what they are. If they're good enough, they're going to play. And to me, look, you're not a freshman anymore if you're playing, so don't make a mistake.
How much better do you feel about your defensive line now that you feel you have the depth to keep them fresh and constantly rotate? And then on the top, how much better will that make them just having fresh legs?
I think being fresh is huge, especially at that. You know, you get 300-pounders leaning on you every play. That can't be comfortable. I'm glad I didn't play that position. You know, I mean, I can't think that's a whole lot of fun. But, you know, we've got some choices, I think, is the important thing. And, you know, we stay healthy and those guys come along, keep learning and understand the importance of gap control and take care of your job so the guys around you can do theirs. That's really the key to defense. And, we say it all the time. Look, don't worry about anything but doing your job.
And how much better can that make your pass rush, not just from them, but from your linebackers? Because I know you had to use Shaq in some defensive line positions, which might have kept him from rushing the quarterback as much as you wanted to last year. Yeah, it all ties in. I mean, how much
It
better
all ties in. You know, here's the thing. When you start pressuring a bunch, you're putting your guys in the back end on islands.
Mhm.
You got to feel really good about that. Okay? Then when you don't, it's really telling those D linemen they better get some pressure on their own, right? So there's a fine line there as to how much you want to expose. I think we're better because we'll be fresher up front, you know, be able to rush the passer.
Last year, you said you had to send an extra guy, a lot of times just to get pressure.
And sometimes you had to send 4 or 5 extra guys that didn't cover guys either.
Well, right. I mean, do you feel more comfortable that this D line can get some pressure?
Well, you know, I mean,
without
that's
extra guys?
why we play the game. I believe in our guys. I believe in this team. I believe in their affirmation. I believe their mindset's right. You know, them thinking about one team, you know, one town, one dream, to me means these guys are thinking right. And so will I be surprised if we get a great pass rush out of them? Absolutely not. Okay? Absolutely not. Because that's what I expect of them. And that's what they expect of themselves.
Even without having a starting quarterback kind of set, how much better do you feel about this game a year later than going into your first game as Colorado State's head coach last
You
year?
know, I can't say I've ever felt real good about any first game. It doesn't matter where I've been, what I've done. You know, the unknowns just, you know, and then doing your triple check, quadruple check on situations and what, you know, what can happen, right? And you become sometimes so obsessed with the what if as a coach rather than just go out and do it, you know. And look, I don't feel any better about this one than I have in 28, 9 years of coaching. That there's been a first game or even as a player. I'm excited. Again, I go back. I like our team. I like.
Is the fact